Hello there, Jordan here, the PH is silent. Today we are talking about plot hooks and who dominates the political sphere of our world. Hey everybody, if you're just joining me, this is a 30-day challenge in which I am trying to create a homebrew world, and I am following some steps from Absolute Tabletop, a 2018 activity that they sent out to promote one of their Kickstarters, but it has really good questions about building a campaign world. And I'm also using this webwriter.net. It's a Creative Commons writing course on creating a fantasy novel setting. We're kind of combining the two, and we're building this world. Thank you for joining me. Normally, I do lore videos on the worlds of Dungeons & Dragons and various other RPGs, but for the month of December, we're doing something a little different. So thank you for joining me. Here we are today talking about plot hooks and who dominates the political spheres of your world, which I need to figure that out. So let's transition over to Notion. Our world building is plot hooks, and we are encouraged to just generate a whole bunch of different ones. And this is good for a campaign setting because these could all be different adventures that they go on. But this is an exercise for the novel aspect of writing to just kind of figure out, like, I don't know, problems in your world and how can they be solved. And then over on my 30-day world, we have who dominates the political spheres of your world. And this really got me thinking about Endegar as a whole and the world. So if we go to the world map, which is right here, I think I want to. This is weird because, like, I did this whole thing where, you know, my son painted this and it's like and I still really like this map, but I don't know if it's doing what I want it to do. Which the more I think about it, I have this thing called the Quadrivium, and it would make more sense to me if those four entities carved up the continent into four different sections that they could rule. So Dominica is ruling here, and Medea, the Feywild, the Fey Pact Warlock is ruling over here. So this map doesn't really reflect that very well for me. So I might redraw it with that in mind, because I liked the idea that some of the other Quadrivium characters went to other planes. But if they're worshiping this, or if they're following like a political system called the Quadrivium that has like a military police kind of a thing, then they need to be present in the world. So that is something that I want to establish, I guess. Also, before the Quadrivium appeared, oh wait, let's go back. So the Quadrivium, but they fight with one another. So what I mean by that is every member of the Quadrivium, of the four of them, they each carved out a little chunk of land, but they're constantly battling each other for more supremacy. But it's a stalemate in a way, and they're not really getting to full-on war anymore. But that allows your players to choose a side if they want to, or to choose no side, or to the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And like, maybe we'll join up with so-and-so for a little while to topple this. It seems like it's a more interesting campaign setting if I start allowing that to happen. Originally, I liked the idea that Dominica, with her flying fortress, controlled all of Endegar. But now I'm thinking if we cut it up into the four factions, it's just more interesting. And if they fight with one another, then you have a political side. So overall, we'll say the Quadrivium controls Endegar. However, they squabble with each other. no one follows a specific... they all have different patrons, basically. And then the various political spheres, we're going to have lots of little kingdoms kingdoms and fiefs and fiefdoms and things like that are under the Quadrivium control. And that can be a good starting place for a lot of our players, because they're not in the main city, but they understand what's happening, and maybe that's where they grew up. This just feels like a better campaign setting kind of all around, so I might have to reconfigure this a little bit. But adds tension. So kind of an easier one. The Quadrivium controls Endegar, and if we go back to our world building and we go to NPCs, we can bring up some of these. Again, this is our Fey villain. This is Medea. And I was like, maybe she's like a Fey warlock princess. I don't know. And then I wanted to give everybody a magic item, and I want her to have golden antlers. So if our players defeat said person, they gain whatever cool magic item these guys have. And then we have Demonidas, which is the King in Yellow. And here is the fictional King in Yellow scenes from a play, which is really fun. And he was supposed to be the Far Realm, but it might be more interesting if he has an island or something. I kind of like that. Sinceritas is a lich. So he could easily control something like a dead place. Domitica Vinicius will be controlling parts of Endegar. And she has a ring of brimstone. So these are the 4 powers of Endegar that are suppressing worshiping the gods and encourage pact magic. Aside from that, we're going to have some extra locations like I have some kingdoms here, a protectorate, a theocracy, a federation. So these are going to be probably the original kingdoms that are now subjugated by Domitica. And then that's a history thing that I need to figure out still too. Moving on to plot hooks. I was thinking about plot hooks, and we have small, medium, and large. And I wrote this because I wanted to think of like, what are small things you could do, and what are a medium, and then what's the big overall, like we have to stop this. So real quick, let's go through, and we'll say a small one can be stopping a monstrosity that is attacking local farmers. And that just seems like a fun small plot hook to be like, what's going on? And then you get more involved with where are these monstrosities coming from and things like that. Well, let's do this first. I'm going to do a large, which would be combating Domitica. Combating Domitica and overthrowing her government. So what would a medium be? Bringing those two together. We'll say in villages, nearby villages. People say the Quadrivium is experimenting on humanoids. And then I feel like that small one goes to a medium one, goes to a large one. This last one isn't really a plot hook so much as this is where the logical conclusion of the adventure would be for me. So small ones would be stopping a monstrosity that's attacking local farmers. We'll say Domitica instituted a draft and are heroes are enlisted in her military. And you could start with, you're here, and then they have to make decisions based on that. An assassination of the chief critic. An assassination of a chief critic of the Quadrivium, who is also your grandfather? Town elder? A pact keeper has smuggled out a powerful artifact from the tetrahedron. He dies giving it to your party. Yeah, so plot hooks, I think I need to redo that map. And then that's what's really on my mind right now too. But these are some fun plot hooks. Let me know about your plot hooks down below. I want to showcase a couple of things. So somebody else, or a patron, pointed me out to World Anvil. They did a 2018 summer camp about here's 30 questions to ask about your world. And so that was fun. Describe the most impressive landmarks. So this might be fun to go through afterwards and like fine tune it. And then they did it again in 2019. And so here's the 2019 challenge, which is fun. So I like this. We need to go through this. Hey everybody, I'm gonna draw some maps and I'm gonna kind of feel out the new section of my world. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And we're going to answer some more questions about Endegar. Thank you again, everybody who is following along. Really excited to finish this with you. We're almost at the halfway point. We got a couple days, but yeah, day 13, day 14 tomorrow. Man, I got to wrap some Christmas presents. We'll see you guys next time.